What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Slammed Outdoors. Back with another pond video today. So I'm back from college for the weekend, and I'm gonna see if I can get on some fish. We got a fat warm front in right now. It's been like 50 all week. It's like 75 right now. It's beautiful. Like last week of October. Leaves all through this pond. I haven't really fished that kind of pattern a whole lot, but all the leaves are over here, which means the wind's been blowing over here. Should be able to catch a fish today. Might do some pond hopping depending on how it goes here. So hope you guys like this video. Hope you guys stick around and see if we can catch a fish or two. This is kind of a big shallow flat, so I don't really know that I like this corner, but there's a lot happening, so I like it a little bit. If I'm getting bit on the jig but not the drop shot, I'm gonna throw a Ned rig. Because typically the drop shot outfishes it, but I've struggled with it here, so it might be a good day to make a switch. Yeah, I like throwing the drop shot because it's good. Like, it's one of the few baits that you can really work the middle of the water column effectively. It's a finesse bait. Like, most of the baits you're throwing in the middle of the water column are the power bait, like baits you're gonna power fish. And I'm just gonna keep switching baits around and see what works. I'd love to catch one on this thing just because I've never caught a bass on a football jig. But it's the perfect time of the year for it. Now, conditions aren't great because it's so warm, but keep trying it, and I'm gonna catch something on this football jig. I get bites on it, just haven't caught anything yet. The one major plus is with these crab apples, they're probably not as probably not as likely to get shell shocked. I don't have my Alabama rig anymore, but that is probably a bait that if I wanted to spend the money, I could probably rig one up for next weekend. But it could be freezing cold next weekend, so I don't know. I need to find something to do in November, though. So that weekend, like the 16th, I think oh, that's fish. There we go. There we go. Oh my God. Oh. It's like, I think I got a good enough hook set. I just think I should have tried to keep him down a little bit better. I haven't thrown a black jig here in like 3 years, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna work my drop shot all the way through here. Also gonna work my jackhammer through here beforehand. Oh, that's a fish all day. He's got me in the crab apples. I don't even know how I describe that. Oh yeah. That's one of the bigger fish I've caught all year. One of the ugliest landing jobs of the year too. But you know what the big difference is? I actually landed this one, so that's dope. Let's go. They're feeding on this little rocky thing. I don't know what else to call it, but there's a little rocky drop off over here, and they're just sitting on it. I mean, that's a nice fish. I don't think he was that big, but I mean, that's a healthy 3-pounder in most circles. Let's go. That's a nice fish. Now the sun's coming out because it wasn't hard enough. I mean, it's a completely different day than it was 3 seconds ago. That's insane how sunny it just got. Talk about a saga landing that fish. So I'm being more careful my fish landing. At least I'm trying to be a little bit more cautious. A year ago, I was like, you know what? Like, I'll just try to swing him up here and he probably won't break me off. And like I don't break off too much when I fish. I try to be pretty conscious, tying good knots and not doing anything remotely dumb. But the problem is when you don't, like, I haven't broken off on landing a fish in like over a year. The last trip out, I came out here, I had one on the jig, and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm reaching down trying to grab him, can't get a good grip on him, keeps turning. I'm like, I don't swing him because I'm standing on these rocks, and it's like, I love catching bass, but I'm just gonna put them back. No sense in like beating them up too much. Like, there's no sense in beating these fish up. I'm just gonna put them right back anyways. It's like, it's not worth me killing one in this little pond near my house. I'm like, so I don't just swing them on rocks because I don't want to beat them up. Which means you kind of got, like, you got to go down and just grab them. And like, typically not a big deal. But sometimes they're just not cooperating. It's like, I'm holding the line. I only got to lift them up like a foot. And last trip out, just trying to grab them, can't get a good grip on them, just grab the line. I'm like, all right, I just got to lift it up a little bit, just wrap my finger around it, not thinking. And that was enough to, when I went to lift, I just broke it instantly. There goes my jig. There goes the bass. It was probably 2 pounds. But I like to get him, get a picture, all that fun stuff. Don't land him. Down $3. Not a good time. So that one, I'm like, you know, a little bigger fish. Let's not make the same idiotic mistake as last time. What a nice fish. All right, I'm gonna throw the chatterbait for a minute. Now, if I get bit on it, I'll just assume they're over here. But I'm probably about to cut off and put on a Ned rig. That fish just swiped at this thing moving. That was nuts. I saw the owl. That was insane. It wasn't huge, but let's see if that holds true again. It's like in months. Makes me sad. That was a bass, I'm pretty sure. I forget what makes this thing look the best, but I don't love me trying to get a bite on this thing. I do love throwing it though. Especially considering the fact that I just got nipped on this thing a minute ago. I don't work the deep cover areas in here very well. With it being fall, I kind of want to see if that's where they're holding. In a lot of the things I'm kind of learning about fishing the fall now is they hold higher in the water column. That was a fish though. I got bumped out there, but I don't think it was a bass. Because he really didn't hit it very hard at all. But what I wanted to see is, I'm coming out here with a 1/2 ounce football jig, and I'm just gonna try to cover some bottom contour, see if I can get bit. But right now, I'm trying to work all levels of the water column, just because I don't know where they are in here. I know there are fish in here. I know the lead stuff. I think they'll eat a brown jig, but I don't know where they are. Oh, that's a fish. What the heck? He just ripped into that. Didn't eat it though. Fish pulled that thing like 10 feet. Didn't have it. That's weird. That was definitely a bass. I don't have a lot of faith in this. I've never caught anything on a football jig. Oh my gosh, I missed that sound so much. Right now, I still think this is going to be the ticket today. So you're just dragging this thing along the bottom. Just cover ground, try to find a structure. Someone whacked it in that same spot. There we go. Got him that time. It's the same fish, I'm pretty sure. Jig was a mouthful, wasn't it? Tough. There we go. On the chatterbait. There we go. Not a giant one, but yeah, there we go. Ignore all the depressing things. I caught a fish today. Yeah, not a big one, but fun that he hit a chatterbait. Caught one of these in a long time. Oh yeah, see you, buddy. That pound range. There's a friend over there. Usually you can catch on a chatterbait. It's like a jerkbait. They're usually stacked. It's a good sign though. There's a little channel right here where it gets really deep right by the bank. Ah, somebody's doing a fucking picnic right where I want to fucking fish. That's annoying. Not something I saw coming today. I think JVG walk happened this week, so I guess there wouldn't be cross country. I forgot about that shit. Although the line just hangs in the air like that, that's kind of funny.